This is one of my favorite songs. Freaking love Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. And can you guys believe that Rec Talk had never even heard of him? I was talking to him the other day, and apparently he's never heard of Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. So I'm learning him tonight. This is one of my favorite songs ever. Baby, you'll see.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. At long last, love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, please let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you.
Some tunes for all you lovers out there. Sea-Dog is gonna hook you up with the greatest the greatest love songs for you and your special lady. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to talk about football now. So that's unfortunate. And let's see what Rag Talk has to say. What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Hang on, I got you coming through the wrong audio. Okay, there we go. Well, what's up, man?
What's going on, man?
Are you learned yet on Frankie Valli?
Look, as I said in the comment section, hearing the actual person sing it, I know the song, but hearing you sing it and trying to discern what it is did not work.
I sound just like him. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Sound just like him. Sounds like a user error, but it is what it is. We have.
You're blaming me?
Yeah.
Are you victim blaming?
Sounds like a user error to me, but it is what it is. So.
Well, look, it's depressing. I know what happened Saturday. I was there. So I have something for you.
Oh, well, okay. What you got?
that I thought would lighten the mood. We have technology.
Oh, hang on. I actually have that. Stinger. Wait. I got this. No, I don't have all my stingers loaded in. Well, never mind.
All right. I went to an AI image generating site.
Oh.
And
Right.
unlike other people who want it to have Grover having sex with Taylor Swift or something, that's going over Twitter right now. I basically said, generate an image of like me or a Georgia Tech fan and like represent how we feel. So I'm going to present this.
You're doing the pine cone thing. I don't
What
know
are you
if you
talking about?
follow. I don't know if you follow pine cone at all, but which if for those of you that don't know, it's Hurricane T2Y on Twitter. His pet name is Pine Cone, and he has been spamming AI images all week of like the Miami Hurricanes like dominating FSU and FSU players and fans crying, and like Miami's like the big badass and like FSU's like the little brother, and it's like a complete AI fantasy world.
This isn't a fantasy world.
Okay.
I was shocked at how accurate this ended
Yeah.
up being. I'm going to share here. Go ahead and throw that on the screen.
Whatever. Oh, okay.
That's what it gave me. Like, represent how I feel as a Tech fan.
I got to move myself out of the way.
That's
wow. Look at that.
Now, this must be a new Tech fan next to me.
Who is that guy?
He doesn't know what's going on. I think that represents how I feel inside.
Wow, I'm surprised at how like much it looks like Bobby Dodd Stadium and everything. That's crazy.
Well, I told it like standing. You have to be very specific,
right?
But I think that's pretty good.
I think so too, man. And usually gets the logos wrong. But that logo looks pretty good.
Yeah, well, it was probably coded by a Tech grad.
Heath Ledger Joker too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a great character to debut, like after the emotions of the season. Become a Tech fan, and everything becomes chaos.
Oh, it's funny you should say that. That reminds me of the late great Golden Blue dude. He used to do a bit where he became the Clowntaineer. Poor
so
guy.
It's already been done?
Yeah, the Clowntaineer, late great freaking Golden Blue dude. He
But that's just the clown.
He used to put on clown makeup, and after like West Virginia would get humiliated against some terrible team, he would put on. Man, I miss Golden Blue, dude. Fly high, my brother. But yeah, that was something that he used to do, which was funny.
But it doesn't, like, the Joker is mentally unstable,
right.
from his experiences.
Yeah.
Like, Tech fans don't start out mentally unstable.
Yeah.
They kind of end up that way after
right.
42 to 21.
That's right. So, yeah, you should go for it. I just see 22 minutes ago Tantor dropped his thoughts. I got to see that.
He's got a fire explosion underneath him in the thumbnail. Yeah.
That was last week, I thought. I'm looking at it.
This was for the Clemson game.
I'm looking at it now, and it looks like just a normal thumbnail. Last week he had the fire. It was like explosive offense. Georgia Tech destroys Virginia with an explosive offense, and it was like fire. It was cool.
Well, I think it was still appropriate to use the fire just for a worse reason this week.
Yeah, it was rough, man.
This is buffering, by the way.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. I don't really know what to do about that.
Maybe it'll sort itself out.
Yeah. If anybody's experiencing buffering, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I never had this issue before, I swear. This doesn't usually happen.
It's all good.
I've been pretty much doing the best I can to avoid having to talk about this game.
Yeah, I've talked about. I mean, I did a little stream on the way home, and
Well, yeah, why don't you tell us about how it was visiting them and stuff?
okay, so set aside the result of the game for a second. I will say this: Death Valley is a really great environment. Like, I didn't have a single person be an asshole to me or anything like that. Death Valley is a cool stadium, man. They near packed it out. Other than, I almost had my legs gave out on the way up. I really enjoyed it, man. As far as the result of the game, that's another thing entirely. The cool thing with going to a game, and especially being that high up, you can see the entire field kind of from a bird's eye view. So I could see what we were doing defensively, what we were lined up in.
All the boneheaded, just complete garbage. You got to see it
We
all,
played
huh?
a lot of zone. And Klubnik was either able to pick apart the zone or he would take off running. And we do not respond well. This is where we really miss Ace Ely and Charlie Thomas. They would stick their foot in the ground when the quarterback took off and go get them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, everyone has their feet in sand when it happens
Really?
this year. Now, Clemson defensively, they just said, we're going to play man all day because we think our defensive backs are better than your wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that was probably going to get separation, and I haven't listened to all of Brent Key's press conference, he mentioned this, we just weren't able to get separation with our wide receivers. Mm-hmm. The only one that was able to do it was Singleton Jr., and unfortunately...
Freaking dropped him.
Yep. We weren't able to capitalize on that. And I'm not saying that the result of the game is different if we do, but the emotions of the game are different. And I think, it's a far closer game for sure.
Yeah, it might have been a little closer, but I mean, to be honest, that game was a domination from start to finish. It was awful.
Yeah, but I think we got the will beat out of us a little bit. Once you go down 3 scores, your propensity to score as opposed to being down 3 points is much different.
Yeah. Well, I hope Clemson goes on to do that to everybody else too, because I'm tired of. I mean, I didn't think we've gone all year without getting blown out until now. Well, I guess the Bowling Green game.
Green.
Yeah. So. Oh boy.
But I will say this. I mean, I've already seen it on the message boards. I've seen it on Facebook groups. I've seen it in the comments section. We've kind of reverted back to this simple solution, which is just fire everybody on the defensive staff. And I don't really get that. First of all, that wasn't a defensive issue yesterday. Mm-hmm. I mean, we didn't play great on defense, but we just got beat by a far more talented team. We don't want to admit that. That's what happened, though.
Yeah.
It's not a different coaching staff would not have won that game.
Sunbeam Gaming Old Miss game was not a blowout. Come on, did you watch it? I mean, if a game is close and then you go for it on 4th down, and then the other team scores, and it goes into garbage time, that's not a blowout. But
yeah, well, that result didn't help though, did it? I mean, golly.
No, this was
tough.
Yeah, this was awful. It was a domination. I didn't expect it. Clemson freaking sucked all year, and then I guess at least they did the same thing to Notre Dame last week, so maybe they've turned some kind of corner. But I don't know. It was really hard to watch. I was so ready for that game to be over just from the moment it started. It was awful. Just awful.
I stayed until I left with 2:30 left in the 4th or so.
Yeah. I turned it off when Haynes King threw the pick 6, same as in the Bowling Green game. Yeah. Just this team has a really bad, during games at least, habit of spiraling and just compiling on mistake after mistake. and not being able to pull themselves out of a bad situation or bad things happening. I think we're a little bit mentally soft. I mean, that's a symptom of it, at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think we got a few things answered in this game. It's not the answer I wanted. One, we still have, we're not playing well at noon, if there's anything to that. Two, our defense is as bad as we thought they were. And three, our offense is probably not quite as good as we thought they were. As I said, look, we're going to learn a lot of things about this offensive line and offense in general going into this game with how good Clemson's defense is. And they were able to shut us down. I mean, we didn't even have 100 yards of offense going into the third quarter.
Yeah, Haynes King had like 4 yards passing at halftime or something, or 1 yard passing at halftime. Yeah, ridiculous.
We had more first downs than we had passing yards.
Jeez.
Bad, and that's something that is sickening as a Tech fan. Like, I don't care how good if you're playing number one defense in the country, you should be able to get 300 yards of offense.
Mike Doug said, "Don't blame it on the players. We would have won if you two had streamed the game." You're right. We blew it. We totally blew it. My bad.
Well,
My bad, guys. We freaking blew it. But if it makes you feel any better, for the last 2 games of the year, we will also not be streaming those either. We'll be at the games. So
I'm about to have a meltdown.
Do with that what you will.
I'm about to have a meltdown.
Why? What's wrong?
Because I don't understand G Money.
That guy's an idiot. That's Grant. He's an idiot. Don't even worry about him, dude. We're not going 5-7. We're gonna beat the brakes off Syracuse next week. It's like he wants us to go 5-7 so bad. Even though he predicted 4-8, so we've already beaten that. So now he's moving the goalposts, but it's just wish casting on his part. We're clearly not going 5-7. I don't even know why I keep him around. He's never got anything worthwhile to say.
Were there 11 other G Monies you had to settle for G Money 12? What an idiot. What an absolute idiot. First of all, no one gives a shit about Georgia State. They never will. Why you would ally yourself with them after being a Tech fan is nonsensical. You would crawl up under my nuts if I pulled my pants down low enough. Is that enough for you, G Money? Then you want to bet, let's bet this, that, and the other. You would Did you bet Vegas? Did you take the under? And if you didn't, shut the fuck up.
CJ just posted the score from this past weekend. I wouldn't know because I don't pay attention to Georgia State or think about them, but he says App State 42, Georgia State 14. Damn.
Oh, so you just got your ass beat.
Dude's in here throwing stones in a glass house. That's funny.
Beat App State and then come in here and talk.
John the Liquidator said Georgia Tech could not beat Colorado, and he would bet 1,000. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Even if I did bet 1,000 against that guy, he wouldn't pay when Georgia Tech beat that ass. So,
dude, I guess that got me mad.
I guess we won't know either because Colorado's not making a bowl and Georgia Tech is. So that guy's an idiot. Clearly, he bet Colorado to win over 8 games and
to win 9 or more,
and bet all kinds of money on it. And so clearly, he doesn't know a single thing he's talking about. So,
but he makes $900 a day on YouTube, which is like almost $400,000 a year.
Then pay your bets. It shouldn't be anything to you to pay $1,000. Then that's just one day of work.
And he admits he made the bet. He's like, "Yeah, I'm not paying that stupid ass bet."
Yeah,
what a piece of garbage.
He paid 200 of it, which is like almost worse. It's like,
so there's an update I haven't heard of. He paid Colby $200.
200 of the 1,000 that he owes him.
That's probably all he could afford to separate himself for.
Yeah, yep. He says, stream the Georgia game, I beg you. I mean, I'm going to be at the Georgia game. I'm sorry.
Well, we're going to be at the next 2.
Yeah. Yeah, so. Look, look, Georgia Tech has been playing football for hundreds of years before Rec Talk and Sea Dog started streaming the game. So, and somehow we've won 4 natties in that time. So, I think we'll be all right against Syracuse. And I think we're gonna freaking wipe the fucking floor with Georgia. So,
Of course. I mean,
those pussies are gonna get ran out of town. So, speaking of which, they're clinched the freaking East this year, but Alabama clinched the West too. So that'll be interesting.
And they're ready to move on. There you go, G Money. David will take your bet. So you're good to go. You can be guaranteed you'll be separated from whatever money you do have.
What's he betting? No, that was John the Liquidator that wanted to bet that. Not.
No, David said I'll take G Money's bet.
Don't bet Grant either. He's a bet welcher too.
Is he?
Yeah. Yeah.
You money?
In case you needed to respect him even less. No, it was some other Tech fan, not me. In case you needed to lose any more respect for him.
Well, now I'm not even mad. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like when you find out, I'm not even going to go there. You find out some messed up stuff about someone. You're just like, ugh, I don't want to be around that guy.
Did you ever pay that guy his money, Grant? Did you ever pay him? It was
I bet you run off real quick now that we talk about you not paying your bets. You'll disappear real quick. It was like your money did.
It was somebody in the Discord, I think. I don't remember. It was a while ago, so he'll probably claim that he doesn't owe him or something. But either way, why don't we run through the chat real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
I haven't. We've been arguing back and forth with him, but haven't talked to him very much. So 3rd and 8 said Georgia Tech sucks. Well, I had to let him know. At least we don't cheat. At least our program's not a bunch of cheaters. And we're gonna have every win vacate. Hey, after they get done vacating your wins, we'll have more wins than Michigan in the past 4 years. So,
damn.
So how about that? CJ, Tiger Cat, David. Yeah, these guys were jamming out to some Frankie Valli at the beginning of the show. Rec Talk. Let's see. Scrolling down. Elliot Waller. He said I should be a 70s DJ.
That'd be good.
I can bump some freaking 70s. He says he's dancing with his wife. That's awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
Frankie Valli, man, it'll do that to you. Me and my wife love dancing to Frankie Valli. GT Faithful. GT Faithful. The Nature Boy, love that guy. Joe the Pilot, B Bean, Met Q, and Randall Scott. One last chance against Syracuse. Not so fast. I know you think them big Bulldogs are all that, but what count us out of that game? You never know. This season's been pretty wild. Blake in says GC. Ugh. I'll be at the game in Atlanta next year. Well, that's cool. Maybe I'll see you there. Who knows? Sunbeam Gaming, Mike Doug, Chad Payne. 2014 season was so awesome. What a good time to be a Jacket. I've been let down so much I can't take it anymore. Yeah. Even that year, it's like we were so close to getting in the playoffs, you know? It's like
I know it.
We
were a game away, the ACC title.
We could have, man. Just is what it is lately, man. I don't know if we'll ever get back to that. I mean, I think we can. It's just that the game is changing around us, you know?
Some things got to happen.
So, we've had a few more people show up here. Power Tech and I love you, baby. C-Raw. Are you going to stick to your promise of not rooting against UGA even when they play Bama December 2nd, or are you not a man of your words, Sea-Dog? What? I haven't done it all year, so I don't know what you're talking about, bro. What? I haven't done it all year, man. Unless something changes, I'm done cheering against them. Just keeps them from winning, but I'm starting to get suspicious because they haven't stopped winning, so it is what it is. Let's see. Since John the Liquidator paid $200, does that mean he won't send his people after you guys? Yeah, apparently he threatened Traveling Fools and Pigskin Pete with a cease and desist order.
What? Did he type it up in Word?
Yeah,
or
as
something?
if he has the ability to do that. I don't know who this guy. I've literally never heard of him before. Traveling Fools sent that in the group chat, but
Well, I went to his YouTube channel and he like thinks he's arrived. Like he's Taylor Swift level of popularity, and he has some investment person interview him like how I got to where I am.
Oh my god!
And I'm just waiting.
Is it
for
just
him
because
to
he
pick.
decided to cover Dion while Colorado's the hottest thing to talk about?
Yeah, he's just a sycophant for Dion fans. I'm sure they'll eat all that up.
Well, no one's talking about him more, so I'm curious to see his growth metrics from where it was like at the beginning of the season to now. I guarantee he's not growing that much anymore, but that's funny. That's funny. That guy's a clown. Pay your bets, dude. If you're making so much money, just pay your bets. So.
Yeah, I don't get it. Like,
David. Is this the David that we know? Let me know. I went to the game Saturday. It feels like for the first quarter or so, it didn't feel like the defense was playing horribly on every play. I agree. In fact, I was saying during the stream, I was like, man, this is not on the defense. Like, there's only so much they can do when the offense goes 3 and out constantly and they get the ball and they have horrible field positions, just like last year, except we have a worse defense this year. It was like hit or miss, but by the second half, yes, the D. Yeah, they collapsed, but what else do you expect? This is the longest cheers to the chat ever. Man, Matthew. Jacob Gray. Why are you so down? I'm not down. I'm down that we lost. He says, since when was a bowl game not a success this year? No, I didn't say that. I'll be stoked if we go to a bowl. In fact, I expect it. I'll be very let down if we don't go to a bowl, considering what we have. So I think that's everybody. 4-4-1-W. Haynes King has to trust his wide receivers and pull the trigger sooner. He seems to wait a second too late. He'll let the ball go. Yeah, also he's hesitant to run. Too. It's like this horrible middle ground. When he does, the window has closed for open receivers, or he can't get the ball deep enough. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like that too, and then he's also scared to run too. So it's I don't know. But when he plays good, he makes those decisions perfectly. So I don't really know what to say. It's just inconsistent. But anyway, that we finally went through with the chat. So
I'm sorry. I've got to work on my anger and like having homicidal thoughts towards people, I think.
Well, that guy he's a professional troll, so.
Yeah.
So. He is good at pissing people off, that's for sure.
He's done his job.
I used to let it bother me, but no, I just realized it's not worth the time. So. It gets to a point to where, like, some people are just like cool enough or like worthwhile enough to argue with over and over. Like, I'll argue with Raj every time, but
yeah,
people like that, and then like
well, Raj is at least entertaining
right.
with what he's saying. Like, I can respect that.
That's right. Well, Bag and Megan in the house. Have you nerds officially forfeited the Georgia game? Absolutely not. We're going to wipe the freaking floor with you guys, okay? You got another thing coming if you think you're just going to walk up into Atlanta and expect an easy dub. It's not happening. I'll tell you that.
Nah, bruh.
I ain't scared of any pussy freaking Bulldogs, okay? They're not freaking invincible. They're not all that. Blah, blah, blah. Other people might be scared, but Sea-Dog's not. Sea-Dog
Bulldogs.
Is not scared.
What an embarrassing mascot. Like, Bulldog is the laziest, fattest dog ever. Like, you leave for work and it's laying in the corner, it's still going to be laying there when you get home.
Ugly, saggy, freaking inbred, half dead fucking bulldogs, dude. Who would ever want a freaking dog like that? I've got a good boy. I've got a big old. He's like a boxer.
I might be on the hunt for I want to get a dog for my daughter, little
You
dog.
do? Oh yeah.
It's got to be a pup though.
A puppy.
Mm-hmm.
A little dog, little puppy, huh?
Yeah, she's into it now.
I just had to lay to rest one of my most beloved dogs of all time, Piper.
Mm.
I saw that you had to too. Well, we talked about it, but
it was like 2 days separated too.
It
was kind of wild how that happened.
Yeah, so I had to put Piper down this week. Shitty, awful week, man. I freaking miss Piper so much, but she was a little Chihuahua, and she was the best dog ever. She just wasn't any trouble really. She was always so sweet, and she would just sit there and lick you if you let her. She just loves everybody. She was so sweet. So, Miss Piper, my old Piper girl. We were trying to figure out. Yeah, she's fat too. She loved her food. Well, in her old age, she got to where she was a real chow hound. So rest in peace to Piper. And I see a couple people in the comments. Paxton says his dog's name was Piper. He lived to 18. Wow. That's awesome.
Insane.
I mean, that's awesome. Piper was only like 11. So 12, yeah. So it's 18 is a lot of years to get from your dog. That's awesome. So rest in peace to Piper and all of the lost ones, and Lola, right?
Lola, yeah, she was 12 and a half.
Yeah. I mean, that's about the best you can hope for, you know.
Yeah. It seems like the bigger the dog, the less.
Yeah, the big dogs do tend to certain breeds, I think. If you get an ugly, saggy, inbred, freaking smash face, freaking bulldog, those things will die in like a few years or whatever. It doesn't take long. But if you get a good,
and you have to clear their anal glands.
If you get a good dog, they'll last for. It just depends. I do think the big dogs have a harder time. So my dog now is 7. Stu. Hopefully sticks around a while.
I think I want a corgi or something.
Oh, those are awesome. My neighbor has corgis.
Does he breed them?
I don't know. I could ask him where he got them from.
That would be great.
Are they intense? My wife says they're intense. What does that mean?
Like they're energetic.
They go out and play with them every single day.
Yeah, that's true. They are. Yeah, they do have. I don't know. It might be hard for like in an apartment, you know.
Well, it would be between me and my ex-wife. But yeah, being in an apartment would.
Yeah, our neighbors have, a big open fenced-in yard, and I guess they are pretty high energy. I don't really know a lot about corgis, but
I guess I need a small dog that is not ultra energetic. It seems like the smaller the dog, the more energetic they are.
Yeah. Yeah. Go to your local shelter, my wife says. Well, you probably can't get a lot of puppies there. But yeah,
they get swiped up quick. You gotta get lucky.
It depends. For a while, so when I was looking for, because we got Stu as a play partner for Jake, our other dog. Jake was lonely, so we got Stu, and I was on these like rescue groups. And what's cool about the rescue groups is you can read everything about them, because these are people that have them already in their houses. So they'll tell you if they're house trained, tell you if they go with kids, cats, other dogs. They'll tell you all that. And so I was literally able to just go through and find ones that kind of were the right fit for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those like rescue groups on Facebook, the like Georgia Rehome Me Pets is a big one. So that might be a good place to look for.
I'll be looking.
Yeah, there's tons of resources. It's getting a new dog's exciting.
It is. It is exciting.
Exciting. I'll do anything but talk about Tech football tonight.
Yeah, there's just not.
God, that game was awful. Like, dang. Yeah, Valance says, why are we obsessed with screenplays? They literally never work. Well, look, I get that. Look, coaches, here's my thing with screenplays, okay? I'm not a freaking X's and O's. I'm not a coach. These coaches could obviously taught me in circles around a freaking scheme, playbook, grease board, whatever you want to say, okay? Screenplays are probably the most essential freaking play, okay, that you could ever have, and that you got to run the screenplays. You got to be multiple, and you got to show the defense that you're willing to do screenplays. You got to do screenplays. You got to field. You got to do the field. You got to get your players the ball in space. Look, okay, that's fine. But do we really need to be doing that on 3rd and 23? And do we really need to be doing it when we don't have the guys that can block it? I've seen all too many times they'll have like Eric Singleton. He's an awesome receiver, but he's small, and he has trouble blocking those sometimes. And it's like, I don't know. And then I've seen it all too many times. We'll throw a screen to a guy with no blockers, and he'll have 2 guys on him as soon as he catches the ball. So
Yeah.
the screenplays, I mean, I don't have a problem with it, and they can be cool if you have the blockers, but you got to be able to execute it. I guess it's the same as anything, but it does drive me crazy. In my opinion, you should never freaking run that on 3rd and 23. But I don't know. Am I an idiot? I don't know.
No, well, to me, conceptually, it doesn't make sense because we run screens to the perimeter of the field. To me, screens they're blitzing a lot. We can't block it.
Yeah.
So screw trying to block who's blitzing. Let them through, and then we'll go find someone on the second level to block. And to me, it's most effective when you do it right in front of the quarterback, right in front of the offensive line. You rarely blitz cornerbacks and stuff. And if you do, you don't need a screen to take advantage of it. You just pop it quick to that wide receiver when you see the cornerback coming.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we've run a traditional screen all year, or we might have run 1 or 2, like with the running back. A lot of times you're in the screen with the running back, but I don't know. I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't know. It drives me crazy. KS wants to know, will y'all be at
I think he means Syracuse.
Bobby God on Saturday?
He is a god.
He was a pretty good coach, but I don't know about Bobby God. I'll be at Bobby Dodd. I'll be there.
I pray to Bobby Dodd.
My wife, thank you, Peanut Gallery. My wife's sitting here like making a thing, and she's like heckling me.
You're getting heckled by your wife, man?
Yeah, she freaking sits off screen and heckles me every time I'm doing a show. It's so funny. So funny. Most funny. Joe the Pilot says Maltese is a good apartment dog.
Are they kind of big?
I thought that was like a big hairy dog, right? No, they're tiny?
Oh, okay.
Right here, let me pull it up.
I'm thinking of a Mastiff, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Who keeps freaking changing the topic from dogs to freaking Georgia Tech football? Can we cut that out, please? We're trying to talk about what dog to get Rick to. Oh.
What?
Look at this. Here, I'll see if I can pull it up. Look at these dogs. Oh, that's cute. Can you see it?
Yeah, here's the other thing that's tough is how manly am I going to look with that dog right next to your face?
Dude, you should see me and Piper. Me and Piper Piper's like, she's the tiniest little freaking, it is what it is.
You know what I want? I want that dog Baxter from Anchorman. I think that's a movie you've actually seen, or am I wrong? No, you haven't. Never
You're
mind.
wrong.
Okay, so you're getting on to me for not knowing this song from 50 years ago or something.
Well, you're not. You're getting on to me about a movie from 50 years ago.
Yeah, 2008 was 50 years.
2008. I was. What was I? How old was I in 2008? 11. I was 11 in 2008. Okay.
You didn't see an R-rated movie when you were that age?
I was
Don't
too
lie to
busy.
me. Don't lie to me.
I was too busy. What was I doing in 2008? Here's me and Piper. Can you see it?
Oh,
Yeah. So, that's my beloved Piper. Oh, but Piper. She liked to stick her tongue out.
Oh, that's the other thing. Got to be a girl dog.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not putting up
So
with Red Rockets.
So don't pee? Oh.
Well, yeah, having like a 3-year-old and then the lipstick is not going to work.
I gotta put away Piper. I'm gonna get really sad. Rest in peace, my baby. Yeah, Maltese though, that will look like a really cute dog. I agree with the girl dog. Girl dogs are great. I've had a lot of the best dogs I've had are girls. Now I have 2 boys now, but they don't get red rockets. They're just I mean, occasionally.
Your wife said, "Yeah, they do." Hell yeah, they
Occasionally,
do.
they get some red rockets. Look how freaking stinking cute this is right here. Oh,
I could do that. Yeah.
these are so cute. I'm sure this looks weird on the stream because I'm like, my webcam is over it. There we go. That is so cute. Yeah. And they're a good apartment dog. That would be it. That would be a.
That might be what we get.
Yeah. Seems like a good option. Well, thanks for the suggestion. I think it was Joe, the pilot, that said that. We'll take that into consideration.
We will. Maybe we let the Rec Talk viewers vote on what dog I get. We'll take a poll.
Yeah. I vote Chihuahua. I'll see if I can find out where we got Piper. Best freaking dog I ever had. I don't know. I guess in the apartment, would you put? How do you feel about pee pads? Not everybody likes those.
Well, I'm going to have to do something. I mean, if I have a puppy, I'm going to have to be okay with it chewing up my furniture. I'm going to have to be okay with it having accidents. That's part of it.
Not your bed couch. No.
I know it, man. That thing's. I got my money's worth out of it, which was $0.
That's funny. Yeah, I guess you're right. So, golden doodles are your favorite type of dog. Yeah, they're good dogs. Why doesn't he get a cat? I don't know. You don't like cats?
I'm not a cat person.
Not a cat person? I am.
They're independent.
They are very independent.
Cats will let you pet them when they feel like it's okay for you to pet them.
My cats are like dogs. I don't know if you've seen them, but they're constantly up here begging for attention. It's funny.
I've grown on cats. I used to kind of despise cats, and now I'm a little bit more positive on them.
Well, it's funny because I had girl cats growing up, and they were very independent. But and then I have a girl cat now, Lucy, and she is. But the boys, my 2 boys, are very lovey and cuddly and sweet and needy.
Nice.
441W has a good comment. He says, pet adoption groups are great. They can tell you everything you want to know about a dog, accurately tell you their breed. We adopted our dog from Angels Among Us, and he has been great. Yeah, that's where we found Stu. We found him. Well, he was at a shelter, but yeah, that's the right. So lots of options. Look, I'm huge time animal person. So anything you want to know about those, you come to see dog.
Yeah, if I didn't have a kid, I would get a Rottweiler. I really like Rottweilers, but
I don't know, man. If you got, I've always thought it would be like really cool to have a dog to like protect the house, you know. And if you get like a German Shepherd or something as like a Rottweiler, like those are really good to protect the they'll be protective of your daughter. But yeah, I get how you can be
the risk
nervous
of
it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just.
I wouldn't get a fully grown one under any circumstances. I would have to have it from a puppy,
like
you know.
Oh yeah.
I would
Well,
have it
that's
from
the
a
other
puppy,
thing.
and then have them spend a lot of time together, so that
Yeah.
it's protective of my kid. So
The other thing is when you get like purebred animals, they tend to be messed up or have a lot of problems
yeah,
because there's inbreeding issues.
right.
When you don't have genetic diversity, as a lot of
Yeah.
Georgia fans have found out, it's not good.
No, it's not. Pure. Yeah. So yeah, it just depends. What I guess I don't really know a lot about that. Really, I've never bought like a purebred. I don't think I've.
They're expensive depending on the breed.
Yeah. Well, my family bought a service dog for my brother. But other than that, it wasn't really a pet. But I don't know. Much to consider.
You can spend like $6,000 on
Yeah.
purebred
My uncle
dog.
did. He bought this little teacup little dog, and she is a really cute, funny little girl, and she's great. But he spent like $2,000 on her or something like that. It's like, jeez. And then they gave her to like one of their friends. I wish he would have asked me. I would have took her. She peed when she got excited. Yeah, little Zoe. They called her Zozo the Lesbo because she liked to get it on with our girl dog, my dad's girl dog.
That's a hell of a name, Zozo the Lesbo.
Yeah, Zoe.
That sounds like someone who would be on Howard Stern.
Yeah. She was a funny. Yeah, we got to keep her when she was a puppy because like she was a Christmas present for the kids. But yeah, so she was awesome. Yeah. So you can get some really good. Like we got Piper from a breeder, I think, when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, and we asked them for like the nicest one out of the litter, and Piper didn't have a mean bone in her body. So,
That's
you
awesome.
can have good experiences with them. But yeah, like you said, you can't pay. I don't know how much we pay for her. I think Piper was kind of expensive, but damn it if she wasn't worth every penny.
Yeah, and that's another thing I see Paxton saying spent thousands on keeping Piper alive. And I definitely get that. The thing that sucks with dogs is like you don't know if you're getting hosed by a vet.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know what it's supposed to cost.
Right.
When I first got Lola, I went just to get her flea tick, normal stuff. This was in Athens, so screw Athens. They charged me $550 for that. And then I moved to Gainesville, and you can go to the Humane Society, and it's $60 for that.
Wow.
So why?
Well, Georgia has like a big veterinary program, don't they? Yeah.
They do. In fact, a lot of people who their dogs have a lot of problems will take them there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably the best place in the state to take them.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about it was something Bridge Animal Clinic.
Oh, really?
Which I could remember it.
Yeah, you can definitely spend a lot on dogs.
You can get insurance on your dogs now,
Really?
which I didn't know. Yeah, you can get like insurance you get for people. You can get it for your dogs, and you have like a copay for your dogs to go to the vet. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. So like if it was a big surgery, it would be covered?
Yeah, as long as I guess you had met your deductible for that year, yeah.
Wow.
Or if the surgery your dog's having exceeds your deductible, then yeah, you don't have to pay beyond that.
Cool.
I imagine it's incredibly expensive though.
Yeah. It's kind of like just paying into it, but it just depends. It's like it's a hard call too when you're trying to decide to put them down or not. Like, we made the call of Piper because she couldn't breathe. She had COPD. So she was, like, hacking. And the morning that she was sick was so pitiful. It was, like, it was last Monday. It was this past Monday. And it was she was so pitiful. And so, her quality of life before that wasn't, the best. So we made that call, and it was tough. But, and it would have cost thousands too, so it just sucks.
Yeah, and it's like maybe $6,000 for another month or something that you get. I mean,
Yeah, and there's no guarantee. That's the thing.
Yeah, and you
And-
don't know.
and it might not even improve their quality of life. And honestly, who has thousands laying around? I don't. So
No. Well, Lola wouldn't eat. Like she wouldn't eat,
right.
she wouldn't walk.
That's a sign. David says he got a German Shepherd and 2 blue heelers. They will let nothing get close to my kids. They love kids. So, yeah, that's probably something I'm gonna look into whenever I have kids. Is getting them like I'm thinking a German Shepherd.
What do you have an idea for a name? Is
Of
there a name you'd
course.
like for your kid? What is it?
Oh, for my kid,
Yeah,
I want to name my son Jet.
Jet. How does Mrs. Sea Dog? Is she on board?
She's coming around. Is that not the most badass name you've ever heard in your life?
Yes,
Is it?
it is.
Freaking awesome.
Jet. It's simple. I think 1-syllable names are good.
Yeah, dude. It's freaking awesome. Freaking. Oh,
Which is-
wow. Well, if it was possible. She said maybe we should have a baby.
Well, it is 2023.
It's 2023, okay? You
We
know,
have-
I'm advocating for my rights as a father to name our son Jet. It's freaking badass, and he will be the most badass freaking kid you've ever seen. Okay, obviously, clearly you've opened a can of
I'm
worms.
sorry. Sorry. I thought you were gonna name him Buzz or something.
Buzz, yeah, that'd be a good dog's name.
I mean, there's Buzz
like-
Aldrin. Right?
I have a long list of dog names. We were gonna get a golden retriever. I said I wouldn't buy a dog, but her family does breed them, golden retrievers, and they breed them up in Massachusetts, where there's not like a homeless pet issue, you know. So I wouldn't feel as bad, but they have they breed golden retrievers up there, and we
That
were
is what you
close.
said.
We were close to getting one. We just didn't. We decided not to because we weren't quite ready yet, and then of course we moved, so that's been pushed off. But we were gonna name him Biscuit.
Biscuit.
Yeah, I had a few names. Leonard was one I considered.
Leonard?
Yeah,
That seems
Leonard.
like a scholarly dog.
What?
Leonard.
Oh man,
Yeah.
like Leonard Skinner, dude.
Well, yeah, that's spelt with all Y's, though.
Yeah, it
Are
would be
you-
spelled like that. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't be Leonard. It wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's what I
Leonard.
was
No, dude, Leonard with the Y's.
Leopold Leonard.
Yeah, no. It would be freaking. It would be bad.
See you, Mike.
My wife claims that there's 2 different ways to say Leonard, but no. See, we're running people off. We're running people off talking. If you guys want me to be depressed and talk about Georgia Tech football, I guess we could. But now,
We'll
how
be
about
there
this? How about a
next week, yeah.
crossover? Buzz was on the list too of a dog's name. That's an awesome dog's name, especially for like a golden retriever. Little Buzz, it'd be freaking awesome. Right?
I think so. I think so.
Much to consider. Much to consider.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not on my A game tonight. I mean, I'm not claiming to be it. Bulldog JC says snooze fest. Well, then fucking go, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, sorry. Jeez.
You gonna name it Stetson? Is that a dog you get that's already 15 years old? That'd be the only way I'd name it Stetson.
Did you see how much better at the game this past weekend, the Georgia game? Did you see how much better they compared the 2 dogs? And they showed that freaking ugly-ass bulldog, and then they showed the beautiful freaking dog that Lane Kiffin has, that golden retriever.
No, I didn't see that, but I believe
they were like
believe
they were like showing them and comparing the 2. It's the Ole Miss dog was so much better. It's not even funny.
Yeah, bulldog just looks like if you took a big ball of Play-Doh and threw it at the wall and it settled. That's what a bulldog's face looks like.
He looks a little bit melted.
Yeah, it looks like that famous like melting clocks picture, but a face.
Yeah. I can't think of an uglier, shittier, more horrible freaking mascot than a bulldog. I just can't. And also less original. I mean, how many freaking bulldog mascots are there, or just dogs in general?
Well, let's see. Mississippi State.
That's enough from the peanut gallery. Enough from the peanut gallery. There's nothing
defending
original about them. They used to be the goats. Did you know that? They used to be the goats.
Yes, but they're the first public.
Georgia did.
They used to be the Georgia freaking University of Georgia goats. I'm not making this up. That's why people call them bull goats. Have you ever heard that? Freaking
No.
goats, dude. They used to be the goats, and they changed to at least goats was original. And nowadays, goat is like a good term for like
Yeah.
greatest of all time. You blew it. You opted to have a way worse mascot, and there's nothing original about them. They have a shitty, unoriginal color scheme. They have a shitty, unoriginal fight song. All it is I've been working on the railroad. They have a shitty, unoriginal freaking logo stolen from the Packers.
Yeah, it's the same logo.
And then all of the freaking, the Fudge Pack. And of all the teams that you're going to steal logo from, the Fudge Packers, God almighty, the freaking Fudge Packers, you steal their logo from. And then the logos they do have that are original are the worst thing you've ever seen. So, yeah, really nothing redeemable whatsoever about that god-awful institution. Uh-huh. Not at all.
Not at all, boys.
Not at all, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, your dad's a big Braves fan, and he named our dog Chipper. Dude, Chipper Jones was my favorite as a kid. He was my favorite Braves player. So Chipper is a freaking awesome name for a dog. I'm stealing that one, dude. I'm
Chipper's good.
I'm keeping that one in the pocket. That one's awesome.
And his walkout music was Crazy Train.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was lit.
I. We were thinking about also Rocket, which would be awesome, but then somebody was like, "What, like Red Rocket?" And I was like, "Ah, you just ruined it."
That's the first thing I thought of.
Rocket. Oh, she did? Yeah. Oh, my sister named her cat. My sister. My sister apparently they got cats and they named it after Freddie Freeman. So
I like that. What about
Freddie.
Reggie?
Reggie?
I feel like Reggie could work.
For a dog, not for a cat.
Yeah, for a dog.
Reggie would be a good dog's name, yeah. Yeah. Reginald. Come on. I thought Chester too, but then my stepmom was like, Chester the molester? And I'm like, damn, stop ruining these freaking names for me. I like Chester a lot.
Like GTA 5?
I've never even heard of Chester the molester, but it's like, damn, now I can't name a dog.
No, that was Lester in GTA 5.
Yeah,
I'm
Lester,
sorry.
yeah.
Does he know Gunsmoke?
Gunsmoke?
Yeah,
Chester from Gunsmoke. Are you familiar with Gunsmoke?
No.
Oh, now who hasn't seen the movies?
Well, Gunsmoke's not a movie.
Gunsmoke's not a movie. Okay.
No, it's not a movie, but he should watch it.
You're shit talking me. You don't even know if it's a movie or a show or
Goes
a
to show you how
miniseries.
much I know.
You
Goes to
don't
show
know
you-
nothing.
That just goes to show you how much I know.
You haven't seen that movie? No, because it's not a movie.
That's funny. That
That
is
point
so
right
funny.
there.
It's glory, glory, hallelujah. Thank you very much. It's fucking awful. You don't even have any lyrics.
It's not original either. A lot of different teams
You
have
use
that.
use the tune of "I've been working on the railroad," which Texas uses it too, and also
And Auburn.
Yeah,
I think.
Auburn does.
I think so, yeah.
It's awful. I prefer to hell, to hell, to hell with Georgia. Which is funny because the To Hell with Georgia Tech Glee Club rendition
love
of that song has better lyrics than the actual song. Like they have actual more clever lyrics. The original song is just it doesn't even have anything. It doesn't have anything. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
It's the worst by far the worst fight song in all of college football by a lot. It's not even close.
Who was it used by before? The Confederacy?
The Confederacy.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean,
making the slaves work on the railroad. It's by far the worst. The second worst, I see you there, Mrs. Pete. The second worst is Clemson's. Their freaking god awful fight song sounds like circus music. It's
like
horrible.
the merry-go-round.
It's horrible. It's like it's terrible.
How
It's
did
awful.
it go?
It's bad. I'm so-
Lee.
Look, I'm so glad that Georgia Tech has the best fight song in all of college football. It has the best lyrics. It has the best tune. It's just incredible. And not only that, but we have the Budweiser song too, which is a certified banger, and we have Up with the White and Gold. So even our
We talked about this.
yeah, our fight
alt
song
is
and
better.
our alternate is better than 90% of college football. The only ones that compete is Tennessee Rocky Top, and in my opinion, Southern Cal, the Trojan fight song is really cool too. Other than that, I haven't heard a song that touches Ramblin' Wreck from Georgia Tech.
That's not even a homer take. I was on a Clemson channel. They were doing a live stream earlier today, and I was like commenting in the chat, and one of the Clemson fans was like, I mean, Tech is whatever, but your fight song slaps.
It freaking
dude.
rocks. It's
I was like, I know.
original too. Mrs. Pete says she's not even defending the fight song.
Well, change it. Y'all should vote to change it
It's pretty bad.
to some Kanye West song.
I thought she'd be a little more up in arms, but that's pretty funny. That is funny. This is like an off-season stream that we're doing tonight.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Mojo says Georgia Tech is named directly in Alabama's fight song. Yeah, that is interesting. And Georgia, too. I forget the part about Georgia, but it says, like, send the Yellow Jackets to a watery grave or something like that.
Damn.
Which is interesting, yeah. So, yeah, we go way back. We have
Well, I
beef
tell
with them.
you, I haven't talked to you about this today. I'm sure you've heard about it. It's everywhere that Jimbo Fisher is
dude.
reported to be fired, I guess Monday or at some point during this week.
70 million.
76.
I was wrong. I thought it was 30 million was the next lowest buyout. It was 21 million was the next lowest buyout ever paid. It was the highest buyout ever paid until now, and it blows. It's like almost quadruple it. It's 76. It's 76 million. That's insane, dude.
Pay me 10% of that, and none of you assholes will ever see me again.
Yeah.
I'll be gone.
Yeah. I don't know who would ever touch Jimbo Fisher either. I mean, it's like you have absolutely everything that you need to be successful, and you can't even make a bowl at Texas A&M. Like, I don't know how he gets another coaching job. I mean, not that he needs it, but a lot of these coaches don't like to retire, you know.
Well, I didn't realize. I mean, he was the first guy to get one of these mega contracts. He was the first. He got like a 10 years, $100 million guaranteed. Then in 2021, when they went 9-1, they signed him to an extension equally as stupid. It was like $97 million. 10 years. Florida State was. I mean, I don't know if True Seminole is still, or Seminole Seth is still in here. Was Florida State not ready to part ways with him when Texas A&M hired him?
Yeah.
There's a lot of rumblings of wanting to move on from Jimbo at Florida State.
Right. I wonder who they move on. An interesting candidate I heard floating around was Mike Elko.
You know where he came from before he was at Duke?
He was the D coordinator for them. And they had a damn good defense, too. Once he left, they completely fell off the map.
If Tech was looking for a coach, he would be my number one.
Mike Elko?
Would be Elko, yeah.
Yeah, Mike Elko. He would have been on my list if he hadn't been at Duke for 1 year, you know.
Well, he's been there 2 now.
At the time that we fired Jeff Collins, I meant.
I don't know if I even mentioned. I think I did, but look, he probably would be having a similar season this year if his quarterback didn't go down.
Oh yeah,
and they almost beat North Carolina. It took North Carolina 2 overtimes.
Damn
to
it!
beat them
I was
yesterday.
hoping they would pull that off, man. North Carolina rushed the field too. You'd have thought that shit was a basketball game.
I
So
know
high
it.
scoring and just heated rivalry. It was crazy. And they
Okay,
fucking-
Seminole Seth, you are still in here. What was your opinion of Jimbo when he took the Texas A&M job? Were you sad he was leaving? Were you happy? I'm interested to know. But I don't know if you've watched any of the Johnny Manziel thing on Netflix.
I haven't got to. I was watching Swamp Kings, but then, then shit hit the fan with my living situation, so I haven't had a chance to watch the Johnny Manziel. I heard it was crazy, though.
A&M raised like $700+ million.
Oh,
They
my
raised
God.
more. Texas A&M raised more money in donations, all that, than the other SEC teams combined.
Oh, my God. $700 million? That's absolutely insane. I mean, no player's worth that. Couldn't you pay that to, like, other people besides Johnny Manziel and have, like, a
No,
full-
not for Johnny Manziel. I'm saying their athletic department raised that much money. And that was more than all
I thought you
other
were
SEC.
paying. I thought you meant they paid Johnny Manziel that. I heard it was a
No.
lot, but I was like, damn.
That'd make him like one of the he's probably like top
Well, I
five richest
know
people in the country.
They pretended like he came from money because he had so much money all of a sudden. They pretended like his family was rich, but they really weren't.
Who, Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny Manziel.
They weren't doing bad, but
They weren't, but they had to like make up a story that they were rich or something. I don't know. That's crazy shit.
So I understand why they're pissed and are firing him.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and I'll probably do a video, if you're making $8 million a year or more, is the expectation not playoff? It should be your expectation. He's never done it.
Yeah, and there's no reason he doesn't have. They want for nothing at Texas A&M. He's got the fan support, the money, facilities, NIL, salary.
Yep. There's nothing you don't have.
He wants for nothing there. They have an amazing stadium, one of the best home field advantages in the country. The fans show up and show out no matter what. There's no reason Texas A&M should be this bad. I wonder who they hire. It's really fascinating. I saw somebody that was like, who are they going to hire? Somebody popped up, and fucking Dion was on there. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
If anyone seriously says that's not John the Liquidator, then they're idiots.
It was one of these guys with the like massively successful YouTube channels about college football. I think it was I want to say Scott Fisher. It was either Scott Fisher or Joe Broback. I don't know if you subscribe to either of them. I showed you Joe Broback a couple weeks ago.
It's not a good name, but no.
It's not, but it was one of those guys. Like I don't know, but Mike Elko's a good choice. Dave Aranda is another choice that used to be hot, but now
Baylor?
Not so much. Yeah, for a while they were like he was a hot name at Baylor. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with A&M, their money's not going to be an object. They're going to be able to pay whatever, so they could pull somebody that's already established.
I wonder about. Yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think.
But who's realistic? Like Kirby's never leaving Georgia, and he'd be an idiot to leave Georgia. Yeah. So that we'd set that aside. Nick is not leaving Alabama. He's getting ready to retire anyway.
Says A&M will probably just promote Bobby P. That's awesome. Good idea. Art Biles, he says. Two good choices for sure.
Dabo's not going to A&M.
Hey, will you give me water? Please. I'll replace it. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I wonder about Matt Rule.
Could they? Okay, Matt Rule. I think he's got to prove himself at Nebraska right now. There's still a little bit.
In my opinion, obviously he's not going to turn around in 1 year. I've seen what Matt Rule can do. I think he's proved himself, in my eyes at least. I think he's proved himself. He was one of my top candidates. I kind of had him low because I just didn't expect us to actually be able to get him. But I thought Matt Rule was a really, really good choice. And he took the Nebraska job, so it's like
So you got to pay his buyout at Nebraska too when you just paid
Yeah.
$76 million.
I think they
on
could
your
probably
draft
get a
pick.
little better than Matt Rule, though.
Well, and I see B Bean saying Kiffin. Here's the thing, as was proven yesterday, Kiffin has not won a big game in his entire career. Kiffin would not be a good choice for them.
I don't think he'd be a good fit either there.
Could they get Sark? I don't think that
I don't
is
think so.
super.
Is Texas A&M really that much better of a job than Texas? I don't know.
No.
I don't
What
think
is
so.
Sark making at Texas? I'm just thinking of coaches that are doing well.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Sark would go to Bama if anything.
Where is Norvell from? Could they pull Norvell
He's-
from Florida State if they waived enough money at him?
I feel like some of these schools are destination schools. Like Texas, I feel like is a destination.
Well, I thought that about Notre Dame and
I
LSU.
thought that too, but I mean Notre Dame does have. I mean, in hindsight, like Notre Dame does have like academic restrictions. You know.
Kiffin won a natty at Bama. He wasn't the head coach, though. There is a world of difference in winning a national championship as a coordinator and a head coach.
Yeah.
Especially when a team is going to pay you $8, $9, or $10 million a year. Urban Meyer. You know what? They hired Petrino. I mean,
Hey Matthew. Man, how do you say your last name? Campbell. Thank you for the super chat. He says Dabo is a cornball. Yeah, Dabo is a cornball. I hate that we freaking lost to him.
I know.
He is. What?
Is BVD there? Oh, my God.
What? What's wrong?
Like a murder happened in here.
What happened?
He's bleeding. I don't know where.
Oh, no. Our dog's bleeding. Here, why
There
don't
you
you
go.
talk to the comment section? I'll be right back.
All right. This is interesting. Who would Texas A&M hire? I think Urban Meyer is too damaged right now. I think a team that's far more desperate than A&M would have to give, and of a less of a brand than A&M would have to hire Urban Meyer. I'm sure he'll get another chance. Unfortunately, Chip Long to A&M. Yeah, Chip Long, to my knowledge, has never been a head coach. But yeah, that would be hilarious. Billy Napier. Yeah. Georgia fired Rick to get Kirby. That is true, though they won't admit that they did that. It was a mutual decision. I'm just going from state to state. Florida, Mike Norvell would be the guy. Alabama, no. Tennessee, Josh Heupel is struggling this year. North or South Carolina? We already talked about Elko at Duke. Elko at Duke, to me, is the best candidate just because you could pay him like $6.5 million a year and probably still get him. Brian Kelly to A&M. He would be the biggest turncoat if he did that. They hire Mike Bobo. Well, Georgia fans hate him for some reason, so I'm sure Georgia fans would love that. Let's see. Not Lincoln Riley. What about Dan Lanning? Could they pull Dan Lanning from Oregon? Please announce the Honorable President Joe Biden in the chat. Hear ye, I decree. President Joe Biden is in the chat, said he. Would they promote Petrino? Petrino might be a worse promotion to head coach than Urban Meyer.
No, they're not going to promote Petrino. Come on.
He'll be the interim, most likely, though.
Really? You think so?
Yeah.
Look what my wife made for me.
Well, oh, nice.
It's a Oreo trifle, dude. I
I
don't
want
know.
to eat all of that.
I don't know what kind
right
of
now.
jackpot I hit, but
Well, I haven't watched. Evidently they've announced that they fired him. They had a press conference at 5 today. I'm sure that they said who the interim is. So let me go see. Interim coach.
making Bobby Petrino the interim seems like a really bad idea.
No, Elijah Robertson.
Yeah.
Is that their DC?
Maybe
I'm
it's their
assuming.
O-line coach.
Man, because whoever they hire is going to wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
Will Muschamp.
Come on. Dan Mullen is available.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. You don't
Now,
have to
what
worry
would
about
be-
recruiting.
This is more fun. What would be terrible hires?
Jeff Collins. I mean, we can get that off the slate real quick.
Within the realm of possibility.
Urban Meyer would be a terrible hire, I think.
It might work for a time, but he always leaves the place worse than he found it.
Yep. There'll be some, horrible behind the scenes controversy, and then he'll have to have some incurable brain disease and leave, just to take a job a year later. I mean, if you hire Urban Meyer, you're not thinking long term. You're thinking we need to win in the next 2 years.
Which I don't really think Texas A&M needs to do that. I mean, they have the resources to do it right, Now, here's an interesting something that people suggested. Dan Lanning. What do you think about that? You said that?
Yeah, where's Dan from?
It's just a question of, is Oregon a destination school? Can they outbid Texas A&M for them? I don't know.
100%. Do they have more money than Oregon is the question, and yes, they do.
Yeah.
You don't think Dan would take it? Well, here's the thing, man. There's no job you're not going to take if there's enough money thrown in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Dan Lanning from? He's from Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri. So he's kind of in that Midwest part of the country. I don't know.
Do you think they would steal a coach from another SEC team?
Well, who would be? So Lane Kiffin, I think, would be a bad hire for them. We can put that on the bad hire. Who's successful right now in the SEC? I mean, LSU, Alabama, Georgia.
Mark Stoops.
I
think they could do better than that.
Yeah, I think they could do better than Stoops. Would you take Jimbo
Beamer.
over Ricky?
Beamer.
Shane Beamer? There you go. I mean, there's no one in the East that I think works.
Heupel, yeah. They could do better than Heupel.
I don't think there's anyone in the SEC that's realistic that they hire that's a good hire.
Anyone in the ACC?
Dabo's not going to take that job. He's already maxed contract.
Now, if it was me, I'd want Dave Clawson. If it was my program, he would be top 5. But that's just me.
I think they should interview Dave Clawson. I'll give you that.
And Mike Elko, for that matter.
Yeah.
Wait, I can pull this up.
Pay Kirby $20 million. I mean, he's one of the coaches that there's no amount of money that you're going to pull Kirby. Eli Drinkowitz?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think they can do better than that. They can do better than that. You have, in the ACC, you have Mike Elko. You have Mike Norvell, which is an interesting option.
Let me see where Norvell's from.
Just keep the FSU to Texas A&M pipeline going. You have Brent Key, of course. You have Jeff Brom. He's not leaving though. You have Dave Dorn.
No, he's been on the hot seat for his whole career.
I'm just going through all the teams: Narduzzi, Dino Babers, Mario Cristobal, Mac Brown.
Ooh, here's an interesting thing. Mike Norvell is from Texas.
Oh, that's interesting.
He was born in Irving, Texas.
So Tony Elliott, Brent Pry, and then Dave Clausen. So I think of all the ACC, probably Mike Norvell is probably the most likely.
Yeah, they could. Ooh, boy, that would break some hearts of Florida State fans.
All right, now I'm going through the Big Ten. You got Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. Greg Schiano. I don't even know who Purdue's coach is. I don't even know his name.
Luke Fickell would be an interesting name. He just took the job. But...
Now, James Franklin would be an interesting name I feel like that'd be realistic to steal James Franklin if his name had any if anybody wanted him at all. He's the I can't win the big one guy, yeah,
right?
Everything on the line, and he freaking still can't beat Michigan this weekend.
Well, who else in the Big Ten?
Ohio State, so you got Ryan Day, whoever interim for Northwestern. I'm just going through the teams. Matt Rule, Kirk Ferentz.
Yes.
Was it Tom Allen at Indiana? What's that guy? Loxley at Maryland. Jim Harbaugh. Mel Tugger. PJ Fleck. And then whoever.
Well, Mel Tugger could be good. You could get him on the cheap.
Yep. Yeah, I pretty much think there's a 0% chance any of the coaches from the Big Ten go to Texas A&M.
Man, this is a tough coaching market.
Yeah, I'm just going through all of the lists here. So you have Sark at Texas, Brent Venables at Oklahoma. He's not leaving. You got Texas Tech. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants
Leopold.
Brown. Yeah. Leopold,
that's a good name. He should be interviewed for sure.
Aranda. I haven't quite sold on Aranda yet, okay? I haven't quite sold on Aranda. Haven't quite sold on him. Speaking of Leopold, I know Leopold's hot and everything, but what about the Kansas State coach? He's got a good thing going there.
True.
He's got a good thing going there. What's his name? I always forget. They're such a forgettable... I don't really keep up with Big 12 a ton. What's his name?
Tony Stark.
Tony Stark. I don't think that's it. Brian Ferentz. Yeah, Ferentz would be epic. Yeah, either of the Kansas coaches would be good. What about Mike Gundy? Mike Gundy.
Well, he's not the worst name.
Now, I went into the Big 12 not expecting a lot, but then you have the TCU coach that went to the Natty last year. What was his name? I forgot already too. He was, that was crazy.
Kevin Jr. No, I would not take Jimbo over Key. No. You keep asking that. No. Yeah. Do I want someone who's going to run an off? I'd just take Paul Johnson back if I wanted an old offense to be run in modern times.
I don't know why. I just said this earlier. I don't know why anybody would want Jimbo Fisher. If you can't win at Texas A&M, where are you going to win? You have all the talent in the world that you need, and you have all the fan support, all the money, everything you need, and you can't make a bowl at Texas A&M. Where are you going to win?
Some smaller school will hire him.
It's a dumb idea, whoever does. I would hope my school would never be that dumb, but...
Well, I mean, I could see him coaching at like Memphis or Central Florida or like that kind of school.
Oh,
They would hire him.
I guess. If I was him, I'd just sit on my ass. But
Yeah, you got 76 million reasons why, and I'm pretty sure your buyout's usually reduced by the amount your new contract is.
Yeah. Let's see.
What about the Pac-12?
Yeah, let's go to that. So actually, some decent choices there in the Big 12. You got the Kansas coaches, Gundy.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
He's 50 now. Isn't that crazy?
He's evolved.
Yeah.
Don't print that stuff about his players now.
What is it, Jed Fish at Arizona? Or is that right?
You know, that Arizona coach, I mean, that's not who they're going to hire, but, I mean, he's done decent there, right?
Is that the last coach? I think it might be the last coach. I don't even know anything about Arizona, to be honest. I don't know most of these coaches. Now, if it was me, also the Utah coach, Whittingham, I would love.
Yes.
Because he's freaking awesome.
He should be interviewed for sure.
Whittingham is awesome. Washington coach. Now that, I mean,
Yes.
he's got a machine going over there. That could be a serious contender right there.
That's probably the best name I've heard. I know we don't know his name, but that whoever that guy is.
The Washington coach. I mean, yeah, it's like you can steal the coach from Washington. I'm gonna look it up because this guy's got it going on, and he's only been there a year or two, right?
I'm not sure. Look it up. Nothing's wrong with being 40, Mrs. Pete. You haven't heard that Gundy? It was like a viral thing back in the infancy of virality, where someone wrote
"Damn Commanders, come on."
wrote an article about his quarterback crying or something, and he went off.
DeBoer, I have heard that. So, yeah, he's got it going on. Okay, so he got the job at the end of 21. So last year was his first year, and he's already got them like 9-0 or 10-0 or whatever they are.
Ooh.
So yeah, DeBoer.
I wish he'd been there for like 3 or 4 years. Then I would clearly say he's the first guy.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were in a bad way. They were really bad whenever under their previous coach for a couple years in a row. So he's got them immediately successful, and there shouldn't be anything that you're doing at Washington that you can't do at Texas A&M. You know, like
you can't do better.
Right. Exactly. Washington is like one of the best programs in the
Pac-12.
Pac-12.
They're the best team in the Pac-12 right now. They're undefeated, aren't they?
Exactly. Yeah. A lot of people think Oregon's better, but Dan Lanning's also a good choice. So I would take either the Oregon or Washington coach. Would be at the top of my list probably. Lincoln Riley. No.
That's like half a coach you get there.
Yeah. And then you got the Stanford coach. Don't even know his name. You got Chip Kelly at UCLA. That's kind of meh. You got Washington State coach, whoever that is. He's got a decent squad this year, but same with Oregon State. I don't know either of them. This is how much I keep up with freaking Pac-12. And then, of course, you have you have Cal and Arizona State. That's not been an option. And then you have Deion, baby. So we've gone through the entire Power 5.
We have like 3 or 4 names.
Yeah, Mike Norvell.
Oregon, Washington.
Yeah, Dan Lanning, DeBoer, and then
Elko.
Yeah, Elko. I would have Dave Kloss on, and then Whittingham too. I would interview. Although I don't. What?
Are there any up and coming? Are there any group of 5 coaches that are just murdering it right now?
I mean, Luke Fickell, you could look at as.
He's at Wisconsin.
As kind of that. I know he's at Wisconsin, but it is his first year. He's not even all the way through his first year, and he took freaking Cincinnati to the playoffs. So, I mean, I don't. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why you would think any less of Same thing with Matt Rule. Like, I don't understand. Like, I'm not saying you do, but I know that this is the general sentiment. I just don't get it. I don't know why you'd think of any less of Matt Rule than you would before he took the Nebraska job as to now. Versus, same with Luke Fickell. I still think Luke Fickell is one of the best coaches in the country until I see otherwise.
I don't think anything less of him. I just think you're going to have to pay a big buyout for that coach
true.
you're hiring.
Which to Texas A&M is nothing. So literally, I think literally they're paying $76 million. They better get this hire right. Why would you pay all this money to fire him just to cheap out on the hire? You know.
That's true. Someone said Willie Fritz.
Good idea. Yeah, no. Just because they're a good group of five coach doesn't mean they should automatically be hired. The Willie Fitz people that freaking wag their fingers at Tech fans really piss me off. Like, really piss me off.
That wag their finger at what?
At Georgia Tech fans for not wanting him. What the fuck do you know about Georgia Tech where you think Willie Fritz is a good choice for us to hire? Are you kidding me? Just because he's got something going on at Tulane doesn't mean we have to fire him. He's 63 or something.
Yeah, he's 63.
Yeah. So it's like he has a losing record at Tulane, first of all. Second of all, it took him 7 years to get where he's at now. In 7 years, he'll be 70. No, Georgia Tech should not have freaking hired Willie Fritz. You know? The last thing we need is some old as dirt freaking coach to string us along for years and years. All of our players would have transferred out. No. God, no.
What about the coach from James Madison?
Oh, yeah.
Kurt Signetti?
Yeah. That guy is on fire.
He's 108-34 as a head coach.
God dang. I don't know. I feel like you don't – I feel like taking that to the highest stage possible in the sport is still –
not going to happen.
You know what I mean?
But
that's why I think if you're Texas A&M, you can look at, like, DeBoer and Dan Lanning and stuff.
Yeah.
And have that's your – I don't think you have to go James Madison. I think, like, Georgia Tech could have gone James Madison,
Yeah.
Or maybe if Mike Elko were to take the job or something,
yeah,
then Duke could look at him or something like that. But I don't think so.
Mystic has a good comment. What about NFL coaches?
Oh yeah.
I don't know that much about the NFL. I don't pay much attention to the NFL.
I don't either. I wouldn't know where to start. I don't know.
And generally speaking, you're either a good NFL head coach or you're a good college football coach. Right. You can count on one hand the number of guys that have been successful in both.
Pete Carroll.
And then Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh.
That's about it.
Yeah.
In recent history. Bill O'Brien. Yeah, now I guess you could say he's been successful at both, not to the level those first two guys have, though.
Right.
Yeah, and generally speaking, NFL coaches do not step down to college. Save Nick Saban. That's because he failed in the NFL.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, you don't get a lot of NFL coaches that come back. So, I don't know, man. Very interesting. Very interesting. It'll be interesting to hire. And then, of course, if it could set off a chain of like a new coaching carousel, like this Texas A&M hire has the potential to make a lot of waves. So it'll be cool.
Or there's only one thing we haven't considered: a red hot coordinator.
Yeah. Garrett Riley would have been that if he hadn't gone to Clemson and killed his career.
Dang, Mrs. Pete, you gonna stand for that?
Big Dog Brett in the house. Good to see you, bud. He says, looking forward to seeing you guys soon. I'm looking forward to seeing you too, Brett. I'm looking forward to it.
LSU's OC?
I don't know who that is.
I don't either, but
you have to ask Bryce Coon about that one.
Yep.
Let's go, Bryce. I don't think you need a coordinator. I don't think Texas A&M needs to go group of 5 or a coordinator. I think that they can go. Power 5 head coach if they want.
Yeah, I mean Kirby was a coordinator, and that's worked out for Georgia. I feel like that's been successful recently. Elko was a coordinator. I mean, Duke's not near the caliber.
Yeah, but Georgia's not Texas A&M. I mean, they don't have as much money. They weren't, at the time they just didn't have it going on like Texas A&M does. I mean, you got a really good roster at Texas A&M.
Do they still have a really good roster though?
Yeah, better than better than Georgia had when Kirby took over. Yeah, they're loaded, dude. Even after losing all those transfers.
I don't know. In 2018, he'd been there 2 years. Most of those were Mark Richt players.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Much to consider.
Can you bet on this kind of thing?
No.
Can you bet on who the coach?
I
bet you can.
I feel like maybe somewhere. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you probably can. I don't know how though. So I don't know.
LSU's OC is Brian Kelly. OC is just title. Yeah, that's probably true actually.
Yeah. Well, if he's the OC, then he's a damn good OC.
Yeah.
Because damn, Jaden Daniels broke a record the other night for most rushing and passing touchdown or yards or whatever in a game ever.
Yeah, he had like 350 or 400 yards passing and 200 yards on the ground.
Yeah, they put up 50-something points against Florida. Just crazy, dude. He's cracked.
He's cracked.
He is cracked. Damn, we've been going on for a long time, longer than I thought.
Well, the A&M thing kind of saved the show. I'm glad that he got fired today, so we could talk about that. Are you doing your magic trick?
Yeah,
your
dude.
Rubber pencil?
Yeah, dude. Why is this thing rubber? That's crazy. You want to talk about the Syracuse game and then get out of here?
Yeah, we can do that.
All I got to say is they better freaking come out and win. I mean, there's no excuse. We're going to have – that place is going to be packed out and rocking. Not packed out, but they're going to be it's going to be lit.
Yeah, I mean, night game, Bobby Dodd, City of Atlanta.
Bowl bid on the line for both teams,
bid.
Actually. For both teams.
A team that, you should be able to handle, I think, in the same way that you did Virginia.
Yeah.
Syracuse probably a little bit more together than Virginia, but
yeah.
And I'm not overlooking Syracuse. People have said, don't overlook.
No, this is Super Bowl mode.
I'm just saying, talent-wise, a team that you should match up well with.
Yes, we should kick their ass, and we should be on fire for this game for the first bowl since 2018. It's so close we can freaking taste it.
Yeah, and for as down as we've been, this is step one, is to make a bowl. You haven't made a bowl since 2018. You can seal it up here, a game. Now, I don't know if the line's come out yet. It should have. Let's see what the line is on this game.
I wonder if we're underdogs.
I hope we are. I don't think we will.
I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. Syracuse actually got their first ACC win this past week.
Oh, my God.
Are we underdogs?
No.
What? We're
favorites? 2-score favorites.
Oh, shit.
8.5.
That's not good.
8.5 to 9.5.
Wow.
That's insane.
I would honestly lay those points if we play like I think we will. Look, everything I've seen this season, it's a night game. It's 8 p.m. We got a bowl bid on the line. I think we're going to come out and kick ass. I really do. And I'm not – look, if you're scared about last week, we've been down and out so many times this season and bounced back the next week. It's. I mean, it was literally a joke and a meme.
It was -6 earlier today. Here's the thing: this season, Georgia Tech has never lost, and then not won the game afterward.
That's true.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
True. That's true.
What's going on, Joey? Good to see you in here.
Look, I mean, I know we got our ass kicked by Clemson.
Syracuse ain't no Clemson though.
Yeah, no. And Virginia was, and we saw what happened against them. Now, then again, happened against Boston College too, but that was a freaking noon game, and we were sleepy during that game. I think we got our bell rung last week, and I think we're going to come out ready to get a freaking bowl game here. Both teams are going to be have a bowl on the line here.
That's true. They 5-5, I guess.
Yep, they are too. Yep, we're both 5-5 coming in this game. We get them at home at night. I think we're going to have a real home field advantage, and I think it's going to be pretty exciting. And our guys get up for night games, and I think our fans are hungry for a freaking bowl game, and we're going to show up and show out, and I think we're going to win and kick their ass. Is what I think.
I do think we win. We're going to go from playing the 6th ranked defense to the 72nd ranked defense.
Not to mention Syracuse is god awful. I mean, awful.
Yeah, I mean, looking at their schedule, they popped off 4 wins in a row, but that's against Colgate, Western Michigan, Purdue, and Army.
Yeah. Geez.
All right. Now Clemson did better with them or they did better with Clemson. They still lost, though. Got blown out by North Carolina, got blown out by Florida State, got blown out by Virginia Tech, and then 17-10 against Boston College, and then 28-13. They did handle Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is also god-awful. What are they, 3-something now?
Confirmed worst team in the conference.
And I think that helps us, too. I told you this, C-Dog. I'm really glad they won last week. Because now they're not. This isn't like a pride thing where we go winless in the ACC. So they got an ACC win. So there's really nothing to play for.
Also, I mean, no, they got the bowl on the line too.
No, that's true.
But they also do have Wake Forest next week, so this is not their last chance. Wake Forest is pretty bad too, so this is not their last chance.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I'm expecting a big win for the Jackets. Is what I'm expecting. If we don't, I'm gonna be seriously fucking pissed off. Seriously, extremely mad if we lose this game. There is no excuse to lose this game.
Has Garrett Strader been hurt at all this year?
I think at some point, but I saw a clip of him earlier literally do a backflip on a play for no reason. So
I saw that too. And that'll definitely be in the film breakdown.
So I'd wager that he's okay.
Well, I'm just looking at his stats: 518 yards, 10 touchdowns on 5 picks this year. Mm-hmm. That seems like he must have been hurt with the experience he has to only have that.
I'm glad that Pitt is eating shit this year, but I really wish we could have played them and beat their ass.
Yeah, me too.
I don't like them at all. I hate them, actually. So.
Looks like they got a decent running back.
At least we beat them last year. They are so shitty, man. At least
they don't have a receiver with more than 400 yards.
Who? Syracuse?
Yeah.
I think that they were at some point on their backup quarterback, like you were saying, but apparently not anymore. So.
Well, he's only missed 1 game, so Strader's played 9 games this year.
Yeah.
So not good. He's definitely taken a step back. But I don't get, their leading receiver has 389 yards and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Tech should win this game. I mean, I guess I see why we're favored. We're at home. We are a more talented team.
We have a home field advantage. We have a legitimate home field advantage this game. So
Yeah. I mean, not much to talk about other than Tech should win this game, get a bowl berth, and, what would that would mean? So my preseason prediction could come true. We could end up 7-5.
we will.
Now, I didn't. That is a little misleading. I predicted a regular season 7-5, but let's just overlook that.
Well, we would be 7-6 then.
Yeah, that's true.
In that scenario,
we're just gonna look at the.
It depends on our bowl team. I was kind of hoping Florida. They were keeping it close this weekend. I've been actually paying attention to Florida because I would love to play them in a bowl. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, especially with some of the Florida fans in the community. Yeah.
I've been looking at teams. This has been kind of also something that I've been looking at as bowl projections because it's just fun. It really gets me excited to think about the possibility of us playing in a bowl for the first time in so long. Wait, let's see bowl projections because this is also fun to me.
You're looking at On 3?
I just look at whoever I can find. I look at them all. Week 11, latest bowl projections after Week 11. Is it freaking locked behind a paywall, ESPN? Come on.
I see First Responder Bowl. That's in Dallas, Texas Tech, and Georgia Tech.
Okay. Are they going to make a bowl? I thought they were pretty bad.
I'm not sure. This was as of 3 hours ago, and then I see the Pinstripe Bowl, which I wouldn't like so much because New York is a horrible city. Georgia Tech and Rutgers. Why do all our bowl beds have it weighted toward the other team? Like Rutgers are in New Jersey. That's nothing for them. Texas Tech and Dallas.
Okay, I found something here. Let's see.
There's a Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Georgia Tech and Rutgers. Okay, I see that. And that'd be fun. Pinstripe Bowl. Yeah, the Pop-Tart Bowl used to be the Cheez-Its Bowl. You say Notre Dame and Oklahoma State.
Notre Dame's messing up the Pop-Tart Bowl.
They played them the other year in that same bowl, I think, in Marcus Freeman's first year. Or I think it was the interim. I think it was the interim.
The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl?
Yep.
That's what Clemson's projected to get.
Georgia State versus Bowling Green. God almighty. Let's see. Auburn versus Georgia Tech in the Gator Bowl. That would be awesome. I would love to play freaking. Where's the Gator Bowl played?
It's in
Nashville,
Gainesville.
No, it says that's a Music City Bowl. It says.
Hold on. It's in Florida, dude. Is it not?
Is it?
It's in Jacksonville.
Okay, dude, that would be so much fun to play with Auburn, dude. What's their record?
That wouldn't be a bad drive.
I would love to play an SEC team.
What's Auburn's record? Let's see.
I have not paid a lick of attention to Auburn this year. It looks like they're
6-4.
Oh, well then
they're a lot better than I thought they'd be.
So assuming they would be 7-5 if they're gonna beat New Mexico State this weekend and then lose to Alabama probably. So
yeah, they'll get
they would be Alabama. They would be 7-5.
We would be 6-6.
6-6. I don't know how that works, but I mean I know it's like they don't go by record, but by they just go down the standings. Do they go down standings? Oh, I haven't even looked at the ACC standings. I don't even want to. Sure was nice being at number 3 for a while, wasn't it?
It was.
God almighty.
It was.
Oh, damn it, dude. We fell all the way to like 6th. Jeez. Still ahead of Boston College, Duke, Clemson, Miami, Syracuse, Pittsburgh, Virginia, Wake Forest, though. So that's pretty cool. And we have a chance to get another win here. I would love to play Auburn. That would be a lot of fun.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
Yeah. Old rivalry game.
Yeah. Georgia. Here's Fox's. Kentucky versus Georgia Tech in the Birmingham Bowl. Is
The
Kentucky-
Bourbon Bowl?
The Birmingham. Not the Bourbon Bowl.
Remember when Bobby Boucher came? We went to Bourbon Bowl?
Now, I do remember that, okay?
It's like the only movie that's worth seeing that you've ever seen.
So Kentucky has 6 wins now, but they have South Carolina and Louisville left, so they could finish with 2 more wins. Look, I'll believe that Louisville can beat them when I see it, okay?
All right.
I'll probably still pick Kentucky to win that game. They never freaking beat Kentucky, dude.
There needs to be a Bourbon Bowl. That needs to happen.
Yes. Much to consider.
Well, all right, man. Like, I don't know why I have a banging headache, so I'm about done.
I was about to get out of here as well, so I just thought we'd have a look at all bowl projections there. That was fun.
It was fun.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I can't freaking wait for the game Saturday. I just hope the Jackets don't let us down, dude. I mean, honestly, a lot of how this game goes will determine my outlook on the season. I mean, it just is what it is. You know? Yeah,
well, a lot of how this game goes is going to determine my emotional state for the next few months.
Exactly. We don't even got to win the bowl, dude. I mean, I just want to get to one, you know?
Yeah.
I just want to get to one.
I did.
So.
Dead ass.
And that's on God.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you guys for watching. It's been a great time. We're going to get out of here. We'll see you guys at the freaking game, okay? Pack out the freaking Dodd this weekend. We need it bad. And
do it.
And we got to get this win over the Fruit. So, this has been Rec Talk and Sea Dog. And go Jackets, and we will see you guys next time.